Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all the assembled devotees. So let us start today with chapter 17, the division of faith, Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Yeah. So before that, let us start our day with prayers to Shri Radha Govinda and our Guru Parampara. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadhamayam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalitam Shri Vishakanvitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरूपस्य च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय गुरु परंपरा की जय नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. So let us have a quick recap of our chapter 16 and then we'll move further. So Devika Mataji, you want to start?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam. Yes,
Dandavat
Prabhuji.
Pranam. Yes.
Chapter 16 focuses on divine and demonic qualities possessed by a person. That's how Krishna starts this chapter. So divine nature consists of qualities such as fearlessness, purity, wisdom, truthfulness, confession, compassion, self-control, and people with divine quality are in general focused on the welfare of all the living beings, and they're very much devoted to the God. Divine nature of the people also leads them to happiness, liberation, whereas people with demonic qualities, they get angry very quickly. They are very proudy. They are very ignorant. They're aggressive, and they also lack self-control. They're also very selfish, and they seek their own materialistic pleasure, uh, unlike people with um, divine qualities. Also, people with demonic nature, they get trapped in the cycle of birth and death, uh, because they are uh, because basically the qualities such as bondage, the qualities they possess leads to bondage and suffering and destruction. um, However, Krishna is so merciful that even these people, they can attain divine nature if they practice spiritual path with efforts. And uh, if they can control all the bad qualities, uh, they can still attain liberation. Mm, and then we also discussed about the three kinds of gates. such as greed, lust, and anger. And Krishna says that desires are the cause of all the sufferings, and it's the obstacle to spiritual progress. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you very much, Mataji. Good start. Kalpana Mataji, you want to add?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, last class you discussed that people who don't follow scriptures or shastras and they don't have faith in God are the demonic people. Further, their mentalities and characteristics were discussed, Prabhuji. Before that, you gave us a few points how to overcome all these demonic qualities, Prabhuji. Like we have to serve our spiritual master continuously. We should not be pride. We should be humble. We should have a forgiving attitude, Prabhuji, that we have done injustice to many people. We must take courage and go to them and say sorry. And we should try to love all and avoid lust, Prabhuji. Then you started off discussing a 16.7 shloka, where you explained that demonic people always they engage in certain work that will always cause destruction to the society, and they are very cruel, Prabhuji. They always think that their main aim is only the unlimited enjoyment, and they are the reason for their success. And for example, because of this, they'll be taking repeated birth. Example you gave, Rehinosmin Yaha Dehe. These people, demonic people, they will not understand that. Example, two birds in a tree. Lord is within us, and they will not accept that Krishna is seated within our heart and he is guiding us. So they misuse their independence. The main reason for all this is desire, Prabhuji. Because of the desire, they will not accept Lord and they will be more into conditioning. They will not serve all their senses to Krishna. So from this shloka, these shlokas, you gave us an example that we should serve all our senses in chanting, glorifying Lord, follow sadhu, shastras, and Guru Parampara. Then how these people are, demonic people are eluded by ignorance, that also we explain in detail, Prabhuji, that they will think that they are only the controller, they are the main enjoyer and they are the controller, and Lord is not, Supreme Lord is not the controller. Because of the false ego, Prabhuji, they think they are the controller and they think that I am perfect, I am powerful and I am rich. Everything is because of their own potency, they feel, Prabhuji. And they always want their enemies to be defeated. So they want to be happy. So this is their kind of mentality. There is no limit for these desires. So they don't know that whatever they are enjoying today is because of their past karma. So they are just, again, you gave an example that they are completely to the network of Mohajala. So Nehe Vikramanasosti 2.20 Prabhuji. So whatever little devotional service also, if they do, people, definitely they will come out of this illusion, is what you conclude, Prabhuji. And then you explain that they do not follow rules and regulations, scriptures, and this will always they will go more into the ignorance and more into illusion, Prabhuji. So some qualities you explained, Prabhuji, that they have false prestige. They think that they do a lot of sacrifices only for namesake and just for popularity, Prabhuji. And all the scriptures mainly glorify Lord, but they, because of their envious nature, they don't want to glorify Lord. They glorify themselves, and that is their attitude. So finally, because of these demonic qualities, they will be following their soul. Lord puts their soul into various lower species mankind, where you explain about Naradama, Muda, Maya, Prithagnana, Asura, Bhavamashika. So hellish planets, they will go like worms in a stool. They will be repeated birth will happen to these people, Prabhuji. So finally, you concluded that three gates to hell is lust, anger, and greed. If one does not give up, then they will have to take repeated birth. So the main way to come out of all these three gates to hell is renunciation, Prabhuji, and follow four regulative principles strictly. So the four regulative principles, if you follow, what we will attain, you explained, Prabhuji. Intoxication is austerity, gambling, truthfulness. If you avoid illicit sex, cleanliness of the body, and avoid meat eating, we'll get the compassion and non-violence. So these good qualities we will start developing. So chanting the holy names of the Lord is very important, Prabhuji. So person who accepts this three gates, that lust, anger, desire, they will, once they know that this is only lead to hell, then they will start getting the realization. They will start following the devotional service, chanting, and they will go above the modes of this thing. So surrendering to Lord is very important. You explained as in 18th chapter 66, Sarvadharma Paritejya Shlokam, Prabhuji. So finally, you concluded that following rules and regulations is in scriptures to know Krishna. So mainly we have to know Krishna. We should know about our constitutional position, and we have to continue chanting for purifying the hearts. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol Mataji, so nicely You summarized the entire 1.5 hours class. Maybe you taken 5 minutes. You and Devika Mataji has very nicely summarized. It gives a very good refresher for me also. Hope the same for all other participants. Thank you very much. Anybody wish to add any other points other than what Mataji has covered so far? Any other important points? Anybody wish to add anything? Else we will move further.
Prabhuji, may I?
Yes, Mataji, please.
The only thing that I felt was that in this chapter, there was a lot of emphasis on the materialistic conception of the origin of the universe and everything that is material around us. That they are physical causes that bring about the existence of everything on this earth, and therefore that has to be repeated, and that human being the most intelligent among the created species, has the control over it, and therefore the tendency to lord over everything, and to not find a divine presence justifies their demoniacal and self-indulgent behavior. So what I understood was that those people who can't understand that, okay, even if the universe came about physically or materially or whatever, the point is that someone's will, someone's action was there originally in order to be able to bring it about. Otherwise, why did it exist when it did, and why not before or after? And somebody is controlling it. After all, when things happen, then there is no explanation. And we have to wait for this study and that study to be able to tell us, like the recent tragedy in Ahmedabad. I mean, apparently no causes we found, but the Lord determined that for some reason this had to happen. So that is what Prabhuji always tells us, that the Lord is in control. And so, of course, we are fearful and everything, but we have to always worship and stay within our limits. And then only we can get over demoniac tendencies and go into the more, the ones that will rescue us from this thing. Prabhuji, there used to be a sect of Hindus which used to say that Rinam Kritva Ghitam Pivet, like we will even enter into debt, but we will drink ghee. Sorry, Prabhuji. So that is the thing, that life is only made of consumption, and we should consume from birth to death, because we don't know what happens thereafter. There's nothing else. So that is the open invitation to go to the lower forms of existence. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Mataji. So as you said, human beings are the most intelligent species. But what is happening is they are misusing this intelligence. And that is
Yes,
happening because of the false ego.
oh,
False
totally,
ego.
totally.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, Mataji. So the point I am saying is because of the false ego, we believe that we are the controller, we are the enjoyer, we are the maintainer. So we are, because of this false ego, we get into this mood. The true ego is to know that we are the servants of the servants of the servants. Gopi Brita Padakamalo Dasa Anudasa Anudasa. This is the true ego. With this, when we see Krishna in every living entity and we are in a mood of service, we'll be able to get over these kind of situations. So thank you very much for bringing up that point. And secondly, Kalpana Mataji also emphasized on the following four regulative principles. And one important thing, and she also touched upon the importance of chanting. So what does chanting does in fixing up in four regulative principle is param drištva nivartate. It purifies our heart and gives the higher taste in all these following these four regulative principle. Without that higher taste, just for the sake of doing four regulative principles, we'll continue to do, but we will not advance further. So in today's chapter, we are going to touch on all those important aspects. So as said, thank you very much for very nicely summarizing. So two important things we understood is in chapter 16, we discussed about two extreme kind of people. One is divine and the second is demonic. Here in this chapter, Arjuna is asking that describe of those who have faith but not following the scriptural injunctions. What will happen to such kind of people? And today, most of them are in this bigger category. Yeah, many have faith, they do a lot of rituals, they go to temples, they offer some sacrifices, but they don't know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what is their purpose of life, what is their constitutional position, right? They're all doing with some faith they are doing, but is that faith going to take them to the supreme destination? No, right? So this chapter is going to dwell deep into that aspect of of the question what Arjuna asked. So this chapter has about 28 shloka. So it is very simple chapter, and I will try to cover up to the section C, sacrifices in mode, and then next section will conclude. So one of the important thing we understand here is the faith. Yeah. What about those who have faith but not following the scriptures? And it is said that the three modes of material nature will define one's faith and to whom he worship in that particular faith. We all know there is Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. And this chapter we will try to understand the person who is conditioned to these modes will worship whom and what is the ultimate purpose. Yeah. So three modes we discussed, and what is the mode about these three modes in our chapters we have discussed?
Shuddha Sattva Guna
Yes.
or Vasudeva platform.
Yes. Shuddha Sattva Guna Vasudeva platform. Why this platform is known as Vasudeva platform?
Because Vasudeva is he is Sarvam Miti. He is he is everything.
Yes. Yes. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyante Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabham. So this is the stage where one rises above these three modes of material nature, as we have discussed how the modes condition us, even the Sattva Guna, how it conditions, and we will discuss deep in this chapter as well. So the Vasudeva platform, the Shuddha Sattva is a platform where one rises above that and surrender to the Lord, knowing Krishna is the supreme Lord, He is the supreme maintainer, controller, enjoyer, and we are in the mood of servitors. Yeah, in this mood, he knows that Krishna is the source of all sources, cause of all causes. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So that stage is known as Vasudeva platform, Shuddha Sattva stage. Now, one more important thing which I wanted to discuss is we all have some faith, right? That is why we are Sunday morning, we have all come together to hear about the glories of the Lord through Bhagavad-Gita, right? We all have this faith. What comes before faith? We have discussed this.
Shraddha, Prabhuji.
Sorry?
Shraddha.
Shraddha is faith. What comes before that? Two things we have said which can help us firm up in Shraddha, from where the Shraddha is coming.
Prabhuji, a degree of dissatisfaction with the present and the desire to know something more and the acceptance that there is a power beyond and we need to learn where we have come from and where we have to go. And that may lead us to the path of the Guru and the Shastras, probably. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I'll give you the answer, Mataji. I'll give you the answer. Two things, Mahat Seva and Satan Kripa. Mahat Seva is serving the Mahatmas, and by their blessings, we will fix up in Shraddha, we'll rise in our Shraddha. This when this was given to me from my Shiksha Guru, I was not able to understand this concept of this, because I was thinking that uh, having this faith, only then I will do all these services, devotional services, and then we get the kripa. So how it is said that Mahat Seva and Satan Kripa is before the faith? So this chapter in further sloka, it will give us full clarity that we have faith, but that faith is contaminated. We will see in next 3-4 sloka how our faith is contaminated, and in that contaminated state, what we do. And for us to rise above that contamination or conditioning, Mahat Seva and Satan Kripa is so important. Yeah. So let us look into that. So continuing with this link, the chapter 14, 15, 16, 17, the chapter 14, the blue corridor and the violet here. If you see the chapter 14, we discuss about 3 modes of nature, the Sattva, Guna, Rajas, Tamas. And the chapter 15 talks about the spiritual world, the upper tree, the inverted reflection of the tree in the lower branches. So the Rajas Tamas is connected to the lower branches, Sattva Guna to the upper branches. And then chapter 16 discuss about the qualities, the divine qualities as the demonic qualities, right? So this is the connection. And further, Arjuna asked this question in the beginning of the chapter, right? So what about one who has faith but not in line to scriptural injunction? So here the chapter 16 to 23 sloka, Prabhupada, this sloka says this: Ya Shastra Vidim Utsrijya Vartate Kamakarataha Na Nasa Siddhim Avapnoti Na Sukkam Na Param Gatim. So he who discards scriptural injunctions and act according to his own whims attain neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. So we have faith but not following the scriptural injunction. So this is because of this particular shloka, Arjuna is asking this question, and that is the link and continuity what we are going to learn in chapter 17. So the section A, one's modes determine one's activity, faith and worship in the modes. So just by looking at one's activity, we can know what mode the person is in. Yeah. So devotees reciting sloka, keep the hands raised. Let me start with Snigdha Padi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अर्जुन उवाच जे शास्त्र विधिमुम सृज्य जजन्ते श्रद्धयान्वितः तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण सत्त्वमहो रजस्तमः। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Mataji. Praveen K. Prabhuji, can you start with the translation?
Hare Krishna. Arjuna said, O Krishna, what is the situation of one who does not follow the principles of scripture but worships according to his own imagination?
Yes.
Is he in goodness, in passion, or in ignorance? Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So this is the question here. So there is a good reference from Bhagavadgita chapter 4, shloka 39. It says, Shraddhava labhate jnanam tatpara samyatendriyaha jnanam labdva param shantim achirena digacchati. So this shloka says the person who is faithful to Krishna and who control the senses can attain perfection in the knowledge of Krishna consciousness without delay. So what is important is the faith in Krishna and scriptures and control of his senses. By doing that, he gets the ultimate knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Yeah, and chapter 16, it concluded as one who follows scriptures are known as godly, and one who do not follow scriptures, they are demons. So this is what chapter 16 concludes. So that is the reason Arjuna is putting this question. What about the person who are in middle, who has some faith, but they are not following the authorized, or unauthorized worship from the scriptures? What will happen to such person is the question. So can I get some of the examples? We can have little discussion on this. Examples of those who have done lot of austerities, but not as mentioned in the scriptures. Any examples from the scriptures? We have lot of examples of people doing extreme austerities.
Ravana Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, Ravana.
Hiranyakashipu Prabhu.
Yes.
Hiranyakasipu.
Yes. So Ravana, when he was doing tapasya, he almost cut his head in sacrifice to please the Lord Shiva. And almost when he cuts his ninth head, that is when Shiva appears. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu, it is said that he has done tapasya for almost 60,000 years. And we have seen even in India, in remote villages, people do lot of worship for ghosts and spirits, practice black magic. So all these things are not as part of the scriptures. So what is the problem with such concorded faith? So Prabhupada says it is shallow. It will be shaken at the slightest occurrence of mishap, which are bound to happen. So in this material world, padam padam vipadam, right? So little mishap in our life, we start questioning that faith. So that is not, it cannot be fixed up. And there is a good reference from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.101. Shruti Smriti Purana Adi Pancharatram Vidhi Vina Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir Utpatayaiva Kalpate. So it says, devotional service of the Lord that ignores the authorized scriptures is simply a disturbance to the society. So it is important to follow the scriptures. So next sloka. Madhura Manashi Mataji, you want to read the sloka?
Hare Krishna. Bhagavad-gita 17.2 Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Sa Swabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrunu. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Shivakumar Prabhuji, you want to read the translation for us?
Yes, Prabhu. The Supreme Lord said, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three kinds: goodness, passion, or ignorance. Now hear about this.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. So other devotees who will recite sloka, please keep your hands raised so I can give you a chance. Okay, so keep the hands raised. So here Krishna says that those who knows the rules and regulation of scriptures but do not follow, they are in mode of ignorance, or they are controlled by the modes of material nature. So as long as one is controlled by the material nature, then there is no hope for liberation. There is no hope for going back home. The modes of material nature will continue to put us in this vicious cycle of birth and death. And it is said that this association of modes of nature is going on perpetually. Yeah. And what is the hope for us? It is going on perpetually, but it can be changed. When one comes under the shelter of Hari Guru Vaishnavas, and they associate with devotees, serve the Vaishnavas, be under shelter of our Guru Parampara, then such he can be freed from such modes of material nature. Devi Shagunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya. It says that the modes of nature, it's so difficult, but one who has taken shelter of Hari, he can easily pass over, right? So gradually one can change position from ignorance to passion to modes of goodness and rise above that as well. So there is hope for all of us. Santoshi Bopana Mataji, you want to read the sloka?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Satyanurupa sarvasya shraddha bhavati bharata श्रद्धामयोऽयं पुरुषः यो यच्छ्रद्धस्सु एव सः. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Karuna Mataji, Karuna PB Mataji, can you please read the translation for us? Hare Krishna. Is there any network issue? Karuna PB
Shall I,
Mataji.
Prabhuji? Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Padmini Mataji, you go ahead.
O son of Bharata, according to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be of a particular faith according to the modes he has acquired. Bhagavadgita 17.3. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. So, according to the nature one has acquired, yeah, according to the modes he has conditioned, his faith is considered to be either good in goodness, passion, or ignorant. We have learned from chapter 15, sloka 7, what is the true nature of us. Mamai vamsa jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana, manashastrani indriyani, prakritistani kashyani. Yeah. So here, we are originally transcendental to all these three modes of material nature. That is our true nature. But because of our choice, because of our conditioning, we got associated with these modes of nature and we are struggling in this material nature. So therefore, it said that one has to become cleansed of this material contamination that is acquired. So in order to regain this relationship with the Lord, we have to purify these modes of material nature, our contamination of material nature. And that can happen only by chanting of holy name and engaging in unalloyed devotional service. So in this mode, one starts purifying all these impurities. And it is said that if one doesn't surrender to the Lord, then the modes of nature continue to dominate him. So either you have to surrender to the Lord or you will automatically surrender to the modes of material nature. So the choice is ours. Is the key lesson we have to learn from this sloka. Can somebody read this? Praveen MS Prabhuji, can you read this?
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Divisions of faith and its basis. As long as one's faith is not completely in purified goodness, the faith is subject to contamination by any of the modes of material nature. The contaminated modes of material nature expand to the heart. Therefore, according to the position of the heart in contact with a particular mode of material nature, one's faith is established. 17.3, purported by A.C. Bhaktivedanta.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So there is also continuity here.
Okay.
You can go ahead, Prabhuji.
So
You can complete it.
Okay, Prabhuji. So people are being controlled by the three kinds of material nature, and if they do not follow the Shastric injunction, then he will concoct. He will create something according to his position, either in the Tamoguna or Rajoguna or Sattvaguna. He is going on, conducting himself under the influence of the same modes of nature. But those means superficially doing something in the Tamoguna, he will not be successful. He will not be successful. Yash Shastra Vidhim Utsrishya
Vartate kama. So,
Utsrija vartate kama. Hare Krishna.
yeah. So most importantly, purifying our heart by following the regulative principle, by following the Shastras, by chanting the holy name is extremely important to rise above this conditioning of modes of material nature. Otherwise, as Prabhupada says, that one continue to mentally concord and continue to do as per his own convenience, as per his own the qualities what he has gained. It could be tamoguna, rajoguna, satvaguna. So he will continue to conduct himself under the influence of same modes of nature. So superficially doing it, superficially doing something will not help. The importance of following four regulative principles, including not eating onion and garlic. Many of us might have experienced this. At least I can say to myself, I was having food with onion and garlic. I was having meat. And when the transformation was happening, when we stopped all these things, there were many times we were struggling to leave onion and garlic, or somebody struggling to leave coffee and tea. And there are many examples of devotees who have spent 10-15 years in this movement, and they think that I'm following all the four regulative principles, I'm chanting, I'm listening. What is this onion and garlic is going to do? But if you see, the advancement of such devotees are extremely slow. Their mood of service is extremely low. These are all very simple instructions from our acharyas, and we may think while eating, we may think it's okay, nothing is happening. We will not be able to differentiate that. But when we look back, the progress of somebody who has followed the Guru Acharyas and the way they are progressed, or somebody who is doing bhakti to their own comfort zones, the advancement you can clearly see, the mood of surrender you can clearly see. So it is extremely important to follow all these instructions from our acharyas. So I don't see too many hands for reciting sloka. Devotees, I know many devotees here recite sloka comfortably. Please keep the hands raised. This time I'll give chance to Kalpana Mataji. Kalpana Mataji, go ahead.
यजन्ते सात्विका देवान् यच्च रक्षांसि राजसाः प्रेतान् भूतगणांश्चान्ये यजन्ते तामसा जनाः. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Shweta Mataji, you want to read the translation?
Men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship the demons, and those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits.
Yes. So here we all so far discussed about the faith, and we will now see the person with faith in different modes. Either it could be goodness, passion, or ignorance. Whom do they worship? What is their faith? So here the person in mode of goodness will be worshipping demigods. And those in the mode of passion, they are worshipping demons. Who are the demons in the society? In fact, what exactly we
The
are trying
people
to,
who are
what is the context?
the people who are very rich or very having negative activities.
So, for example, people who are in mode of passion, we have seen they will be worshipping movie stars, they'll be worshipping cricket stars. In fact, there were people who are worshipping people like Hitlers. And then there is in mode of ignorance, worship of ghosts and spirits. So based on their faith and their contamination to different modes, they are worshipping either demigod, demons, or ghost or spirits. So what is important? What do we learn from our scriptures? Chaitanya Charitamritam 5.142, beautiful shloka which says, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Pritya Yare Iche Nachaya Se Taiche Kare Nritya. So the Supreme Personality, Ekale Ishvara, one Lord, Supreme Lord is Krishna. Rest everybody are dancing to the tunes of the Lord. Yeah. And there is another shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 3, Shloka 23. It says, Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Sadvitam. It says, when a man is situated in pure goodness, he surrenders to Vasudeva. He worships Vasudeva. So, in conclusion, the different qualities of modes of nature can be purified. It can be purified by the association of person who is in transcendental nature, who is a devotee. Sadhu Sangha is so important. Sadhana, Sadhu Sangha, and Seva. These are three key important things for our spiritual progress. Neha Jindal Mataji, can you please take these slokas?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Pranam. अशास्त्राविहितं घोरं तपयन्ते ये तपो जनः दम्भाङ्कारसंयुक्ता कामरागाबलान्विता कर्षयन्ता शरीरस्थं भूतग्रामम् अचेतसा मां चैवन्ता शरीरस्थं तान् विद्धि असुरन् निश्चयान्.
Thank you, Mataji. Karuna Piba Mataji, can you now read? She's there. Drop.
Performing them out of pride and egoism, who are
Shloka 17.56. No pride and egoism. Last time.
Shall I read once again, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Those who undergo austerities and penances not recommended in the scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish and who torture the material elements of the body, as well as the supersoul dwelling within, are known to be demons.
Yes, known to be demons. So there are persons who manufactures mode of austerity. Yeah, what is austerity for us? Can some give some examples? What all austerity we follow?
Truth,
is-
non-violence, and eating food that is sattvic ahar.
Yes. Yes.
Tadashi.
Chanting of holy names. Yeah. Fixing up our mind on the holy name itself is an austerity. We do waking up in Brahma Muhurta. Yeah. Taking bath. Worshipping the Lord. Chanting the holy names. Honoring Prasad. Taking Ekadashi Vrata. Fasting on special days. Acharyas appearance, disappearance days. These are all the austerities given in the scriptures, given by our Guru Parampara. If you see some of the images here, in fact, the top one, Hiranyakashipu, has said he has done tapasya for almost 60,000 years, and there was an ant hill which was built over him, and his all muscles were eaten by the ants and other things. And other two images, if you see, these are all austerities. These are not going to help anybody progress spiritually. These are all austerities which are manufactured based on one's pride, one's false ego, the lust, attachment for material enjoyments. And we have also seen many do fasting for social causes. So these are all not going to help them progress spiritually. These are not approved by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And these kind of austerities shown in the images, these are all categorized as people who have demonic tendencies. And what do we learn from the previous chapter? Such demonic people will continue to take birth among demons and struggle in hellish planet and glide down to the darkest region of hell till they come in contact with devotees, take shelter of Guru and follow the scriptures. A key lesson we need to learn from demons like Ravana or Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, as said, did tapasya for almost 60,000 years and he asked for boon to be immortal and he finally destroyed, right? At the same time, his own son in his own house, he was chanting the holy names of the Lord and he surrendered to the Lord. As a result, he got delivered. That is the perfection of life. He got delivered as well as he also delivered 21 generations is what we learn from the scriptures. Similarly, Ravana, he had 10 heads. He cuts almost 9 heads and offered to Lord Shiva. But in his own house, his brother Vibhishna, by bowing his head, he had only one head. That head he utilized for the right reason, Yukta Vairagya, as we say. He utilized this head for bowing in front of the Supreme Lord Sri Ram, and as a result, he got delivered.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, actually I have one doubt.
Yes, Mataji.
Those who are worshipping the forefathers, Pitru look, then they are in which mode of nature?
See, it is also said that one who worship the Pitrulok will go to Pitrulok, it is said. It is all to the mode of Rajoguna or Sattva-guna. Again depends on the mood, in what mood they are worshipping. Yeah. So for what purpose they are worshipping this Pitrus, they will be in that mode in such mode. Only thing is when we are worshipping the Lord in mode of surrender, in service, that is the Sattva, Shuddha Sattva mode. Right, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Moving further, next sloka. Devika Mataji, you want to try?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Definitely. आहारस्त्वपि सर्वस्त्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषां भेदमिमं शृणु. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So previously we discussed about the faith in certain mode. What faith and worship we discussed. Now we will look at the food what they eat. The person in different modes, what kind of food they prefer, what kind of food they eat. The importance of having sattvic food is explained in these slokas. Suraj Prabhu, you want to read this?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Even the food each person prefer is of three kinds according to the three modes of material nature. The same is true of sacrifice, austerities, and charity. Now, here of the distinction between them.
Yes. So here, based on the mode one is associated, one will choose different kind of food, different kind of austerities, different kind of charities they do. So these are all going to be discussed. So here for today's chapter, we will discuss about the food, and then austerity, charity we will try to take in the next session. So it is also said that there are many such preachers who say that we can do whatever we want, still we will attain perfection. But Prabhupada says one who thinks in that way is a foolish person and is misleading such people. So here in further sloka, we will try to clearly see what is the distinction between the modes and what kind of sacrifices they do, what kind of austerities they do, and what kind of charity, in what mood of charity they do. Yeah. So as said, we can identify one just by seeing their activities, observing their activities, what kind of food they are eating, what kind of sacrifices they are doing, what kind of austerities and charities. Yeah, the wise, those who know and discriminate based on these activities, are those who are wise. So our intelligence is to understand this and rise above all this. The foolish will think that I eat whatever I can. Finally, there is no such discrimination. I can perfect our life. So food in the modes. So this brings up to a very important topic of the importance of prasadam. So we can just spend 5 minutes. Why do we need to first offer prasadam to the Lord? And what is the importance of honoring prasadam?
Hare Krishna. While cooking the food,
Who
there
is this
may
Mataji?
be
Snigdha Padi Mataji. Yes, please go ahead, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. While cooking the food, there may be many microorganisms and other organisms who have died. And while taking the food, also the whether we are taking the vegetables, fruits, then also and the roots and many sin we have done knowingly and unknowingly. So to come out from that, we offer the food as prasadam to Lord, so that all the sins may be
Yes, purified.
rectified.
Yes, good point, Mataji. What more? Anybody wish to add more?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
by offering the food to the Lord, it becomes a karma-free food.
Yes.
So we say that not just eating the non-vegetarian food is gonna make it karma-free, but we know that even plants, all the plants are also living beings. So many people, they argue that, oh, you're eating plants, they also have life. So what is the point? So, but then it becomes karma-free because we are offering it to the Lord. So we are saying it that, Lord, you have created all the living beings, and so we are just offering it to you first, and then that just vanishes all the karma associated with it.
Okay,
And
thank you.
it
What
becomes
more?
prasadam.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. What more?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Padani
Prabhu,
Mataji, yes.
offering the food to the Lord is a yagya, and Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, yagya shishtashinah santa muchyante sarva kilvishaya भुंजते थे अगम पापा ये पचंते आत्म कारण। जो अपने लिए पका कर खाते हैं वो पाप खाते हैं, और जो भगवान को ऑफर करके उसका उच्छिष्ट खाते हैं उनका, वो सारे पापों से मुक्त हो जाते हैं।
Yes. Yes. So one who do not offer to the Lord, very important shloka, very important point Mataji brought in. So one who is not offering to the Lord is eating sin. Yeah. What more?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
It is said that when we are doing japa, we are trying to be in the path of bhakti. However, while doing japa, our mind goes here and there, it wanders. Okay, we have to bring it back. But when we are having prasadam, it is the mercy, by the mercy of the Lord, we are having something which is going inside our body, so it cannot get lost. So that prasadam helps us to specialize those tissue in our brain, which will help us in following this path of bhakti. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
it will help us. Yes. What more? I'm just looking for one answer.
Hare
Let me
Krishna,
see if
Prabhuji.
somebody can get it. Aryan Prabhu, yes.
The prasadam is actually helps control the senses. Like in spiritual life, you always try to focus on controlling the tongue. So
Yes.
it always often emphasize. So eating prasadam
help to purify the tongue, first of all, by which we take the name of the Lord. And secondly, it offers as a selfless service. Like while we are making prasadam or eating it or distribute it, it is the best that a devotee can do, acknowledging Krishna as the true enjoyer. And thirdly, it actually break the ego. Like when we normally prepare the food, we sometimes think that I cook this or I earn this. But when you offer food to Krishna first, we shift our consciousness from like ego to the humility, like recognizing everything belongs to him. And it is like actually mentioned in the sloka, like I often said that patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prayachate. So Krishna also said in Gita that whatever you offer, it is like Krishna accepted. So whenever you offer prasadam, even if it's in the mode of or a leaf or a flower, Krishna accept it and reciprocate with love. So these are the few points I like to add, Prabhuji.
Thank you
Hare
very
Krishna.
much, Prabhu. I was the answer what I was looking for. You brought in. So, Atha Shri Krishna Namadi na Bravet Graham Indriya Sevan Mukena Jivado Swayam Eva Spurati Yada. Yeah, our material senses do not appreciate Nama Rupa Guna Leela of the Lord. So when we honor the prasadam and chant the holy name, that is when the purification happens and we start appreciating. So as most of you said that prasadam is sin free, it karma free food, right? So right from sowing the seed by a farmer to this food coming onto our plate, it is changing different hands. Many people have got affected, many living entities got affected. Yeah. So a lot of karma is transferring. So when we are honoring prasadam, we are getting freed from all this karmic reaction. This is one side. The other side, what I was looking at is, as Prabhu said, the mood of service. Krishna is the Supreme Master. When we are preparing for the Supreme Master. We are buying vegetables, we are buying fruits. We are always in the mood of service that I want to buy the best fruit, I want to buy the best vegetables, I want to prepare this for Krishna. That mood of service when we are offering the Lord. And Krishna is the master of the house, right? Our house can be made Vaikunta. How? By keeping Krishna in center, doing everything for the pleasure of the Lord. So when we prepare prasadam and offer to the Lord, that is the mood of service. We are rising in the mood of service and honoring the prasad. We are getting purified with all this mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. Everything is getting purified within us and we are rising above this. Just an example, if there is a cook at home, yeah, she prepares some food and not giving to the master of the house, she sit and start eating the food. How will the master of that house feel? Similarly, in our house, we are all servants of the Lord. So when we prepare for the Lord, we offer to the Lord, and then we honor it as prasadam. So two aspects I just wanted to bring in: the mood of service as well as karmic free, karma free, sin free prasadam we are honoring. And that is the significance of Prabhupada's Food for Life program. We all contribute for Food for Life, Annadana, and all we contribute, right? So what is happening as a result of this? The prasadam is offered to the people, the conditioned souls who have still not got exposed to Krishna consciousness, not got exposed to the philosophies of Krishna consciousness. At least 70-80% of the people who have fixed up in Krishna consciousness have visited temple first to take the prasadam. Having prasadam, there is magic happens. It will start purifying, melt our heart, and slowly, gradually will fix up. So that is also a secret of friends, relatives, family members who are not following Krishna consciousness. Offer them prasadam. Gradually they will also get purified. There are many examples. People who are completely atheistic, people who have never had any faith in Krishna, have become great devotees by just honoring prasadam. At the same time, do not expect quick results. Many people will say that I'm offering, but my relative, my family member is not transforming. It will all take its own time. At the end of the day, they have to build their sukritis. We don't realize, having come into Krishna consciousness, how fortunate we are. The holy chanting of holy names. We have got holy names. We have got association of devotees. We are getting these key learnings from scriptures, from our Guru Parampara. We do not appreciate, we do not understand what we have in our hand. So those who are not able to take up, we don't know how many lives we have been living like that, and now we are in this stage. So we have to give time, and we continue to do what our Guru Acharyas have told. We have to continue to have faith in this process, and when their time comes, they will also transform. Right? Now let us move on to the next sloka. Madhura Manashi Ganga Mataji, you want to take up this sloka?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. 17.8 and 9. आयु सत्वा बल आरोग्य सुखा प्रीति विवर्धनः रस्य स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृदया आहारा सात्विका प्रियः कटं लवन्ति उष्णा तीक्ष्णा रुक्षा विदाहिनः आहारा राजसस्यस्था दुःखा शोका मया प्रदः. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Suraj
Krishna
Prabhuji?
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Jyoti Mataji.
Can I read the translation?
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Foods dear to those in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those in the mode of passion. Such foods cause distress, misery, and disease. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So here we understand the purpose of food, what we eat, is to increase the duration of life. It should give energy within, it should give bodily strength. We have seen when we eat food in Tamoguna, many people, when they eat meat and very food which is very spicy, so naturally what happens, they wish to take rest after eating food. Many people have seen, after heavy lunch, they want to take a quick nap. Right? Is that the purpose of eating food? The purpose of the eating food is to give us energy to do more activities in Krishna consciousness. So here is an example of such food, that food such as milk product, sugar, rice, wheat, fruits, vegetables, these foods are in mode of goodness. And secondly, the milk, butter, cheese, this gives the required fat, whatever we need. We don't have to kill animals to eat its fat. Similarly, the proteins, whatever is necessary to this body, Krishna has given in the nature. The protein, it is amply available in various peas, dal, whole wheat. But many say we have to eat meat, we have to eat egg. In fact, during this week, I had a family function, and all my relatives were there. And I, my daughter, my mother. So we had rice with some curd. Okay, they were having full feast with onion and garlic. So biggest topic of discussion was, in fact, I used to eat meat a lot, and they all know. So they used to say me, you have stopped, it's okay, but why have you stopped your children? Why they have to suffer? So for them, these are all suffering. So the answer is very simple. If I have done some mistake in my childhood, it is not necessary my children also have to do the same mistake. Yeah. And secondly, we will discuss on what are its effect of eating such food. You see here, the such food causes distress, misery, and disease. The food in passion, yeah, which is bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, burning. These are all mode of passion. The onion and garlic, the food in tamoguna, these are all is causing lot of distress and misery. Many people, even in my colleagues, they ask that why this onion and garlic, at least what is there onion and garlic? It has so much of medicinal properties. Yeah, that is one more argument which comes always. It has so much of medicinal properties. Yes, the answer is the onion and garlic has medicinal properties, but it has to be taken as medicine, not as food. The Ayurvedic medicine, they have these the extracts of garlic, onion, that to be taken as medicine, not to be mixed in the food and eat it. Yeah. Next, we will see the food in tamoguna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Then pranam. Sorry to interrupt you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you told right that should be taken as medicine in the sense means shall we eat medicine which contains
See, Ayurvedic medicine, if it has some onion and garlic extracts, as a medicine you are taking, it is not for your sense enjoyment.
Okay.
Right, Mataji?
Okay, but how you will convince Prabhuji the people means most of the means I also came to same discussion. So most of the people will tell like onion garlic is very healthy that you are avoiding here. So how
Yes.
you will be healthy without having all these even means here chicken and even eggs also it's okay, but onion garlic also we are avoiding. So that's why actually most of the people will ask the same thing.
Yes.
So how will you convince Prabhuji?
Basically, Mataji, there are scientific reasons, there are philosophical reasons. You need to both know both these things. So the food in tamoguna, even Ayurveda says that there is food in sattva-guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna, and the food in tamoguna is leading to lot of distresses, stress, anxiety. Yeah, and the food, this onion and garlic is part of tamoguna. And secondly, some of the examples, these are some of the example in my day-to-day life, I just share. If you see some of the temples, when they're offering prasadam, they don't put onion and garlic in that. So this is not sattva guna, this is in tamoguna. And that will have all this anxiety and the stress. So we need to avoid such food. And as already said, that people also come with an argument that this is medicinal properties. So you have to take it as medicine, not as food. So these are some of the arguments I try to say. And beyond a point, you need to know how much you need to extend this discussion. There are some people who will never agree to whatever justification you want to give. So such people, you can better cut such discussion and you can move on. Somebody who is ready to accept what you are saying, for them, you can explain more. And there are so many videos, not only from the ISKCON, there are many videos available which talks about the ill effects of having food with tamoguna, and onion and garlic is also part of tamoguna. All those things, there are many such references, Mataji. Right, Mataji? And the biggest preaching is the way we deal with the people. See, many people from the society, when they are challenging, yeah, you can give them something and then you don't have to bother. But How do we convince your own family members, friends about this when they see change in your own behavior, the way you react to the situation, how you were previously and how you are now? That observation of them is the biggest preaching. That is the way you can convince than getting into any arguments. Many of my relatives said when they got to know that I stopped non-vegetarian, many of them have challenged, let me see how many days you will continue this. Now when they see I'm continuing since I've started Krishna consciousness and they see the change in my behavior, the way I'm reacting, the way I speak to them. So they think, yes, there is something in this, whatever he is practicing. That is the best preaching. Right, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, what is the philosophical reason then? This is the
See,
scientific reason.
yeah, philosophical reason what is said is when this Samudra Mantana happened, yeah, and this Rahu Ketu, when they try to take this and their head was cut, the blood which fell on the ground, from there, this plant, onion and garlic plants had come. So it has these demonic qualities. When somebody eating this will have such demonic qualities. Yeah, this is the philosophical reason. But many may not appreciate this philosophical reason because they don't even believe any such Samudra Mantana had happened or not. They think it's all myths, mythology and other things. So people who believes in philosophy, you can give philosophical reason, but scientifically also you can clarify these points. Right, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol. Okay, where were we? Yeah, so we were supposed to start with this sloka 10, right? Food in Tamoguna. Saheli Bose Mataji, you want to recite this sloka? Or anybody
Yes,
else?
Prabhuji. May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Yes. Jatayamang gatarasang purtiparjushitang chajat uchishtamapि cha medhyang bhojanang tamasa priyam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. I don't know, Chanda Mataji is traveling. She's silent. Mataji, if you can unmute and recite, you can say, or I will give chance to somebody else. Chanda Yadav Mataji.
Prabhuji, Mataji is traveling.
She's traveling. Okay. Who is that?
Phones are available for Mac, but translate is not. Then how can we do that for Mac using Mac?
Your voice is extremely feeble, Mataji. Thanks for your attempt. Let me give one chance for others.
The software is not for Mac, but phones are available. Sanskrit phone. Sanskrit point is there.
Some background noise is going on. Anyway, I see somebody by name Samsung SM. Who is this? Can you please rename your name, please? Samsung SMA146B. Please rename. Meanwhile, we'll give chance to somebody. Sudarshana Prabhu, you used to read this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am traveling Prabhu.
You are also traveling. Okay.
Yeah, I think it gives them more noise.
Okay, no problem.
Krishna?
Ravani? Yes.
Yes.
Who want to?
Food
Tarani
prepared,
Mataji, go ahead.
food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten, food that is tasteless, decomposed, and putrid, and food consisting of remnants and untouchable things is dear to those in the mode of darkness.
Yes. So this sloka talks about food in mode of tamoguna. So it is said as per scriptures, the food which is not fresh, any food which is cooked for more than 3 hours before it is eaten is considered to be mode of darkness. So this, while attending this sloka first time, the first thing which was coming to my mind is we generally keep food which is offered to the Lord, and then we keep it in fridge. We next day we eat it and eat. Generally, medically, it is said, though we still practice, it is said that keeping the food in the fridge and then again you have to reheat, it will lose its nourishment, and it is not good for our body. But here, what we need to understand is any food which is not offered to the Lord, which is not prasadam, which is more than 3 hours old, to be considered as tamoguna. But the prasadam which is offered, so it is always in Shuddha Sattva. The prasadam is always Shuddha Sattva Guna. Okay. That is what it is said, that remnants offered to the Lord and Guru, the remnants from the Guru is all Shuddha Sattva, and rest all is Tamoguna, mode of ignorance. So having known, in fact, one of the Prabhu was telling that what kind of food we can offer. Patram pushpam palam toyam. Yome bhaktya prayachati. So what is important when you are offering the food to the Lord is food in Sattva Guna. This, even the simplest of the, like patram pushpam, one who offers with love and devotion, even a leaf, flower, fruit or water, Krishna accept. And as we discussed in detail, the food which is offered to the Lord is free from all the karmic reaction, and that is the reason we offer food. One is in the mood of service, second to honor the karma free food. Okay. So the conclusion from the Prabhupada purports on this. Who wish to read this translation for me?
May I, Prabhuji?
Anybody who have not participated yet wish to take up, or who is that, Mataji?
Krishna Prabhuji, may I take?
Yeah, anybody who has not participated is first preference.
Prabhuji, may Saheli Bose.
Yes, Mataji. Saheli Bose Mataji, you recited sloka. Anybody else? I'm just
Prabhuji,
trying
may
to
I?
give chance for everybody. Yes,
May I?
Samsung. Is this Samsung? Yeah, who is this, Mataji? May I know your name?
This is Manashi Mitra Mataji.
Oh, okay. What happened? Your name changed, huh?
I don't know. The phone does all these things, Prabhuji.
Okay. Good, you
I'm not a
unmute. I was
technical
about
person.
to, I was not knowing who is this. I was thinking,
Oh,
should I keep it or should I remove?
no, please
No.
don't remove it. I don't
No
know how to
problem.
change it, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
I'll
you
ask
can
Kalpana
just have to
Mataji's help.
go and rename, or Kalpana Mataji, you can help.
Please, Kalpana Mataji, help me. She
Yeah.
helps me in everything, Prabhuji.
Yes, she is very helpful, Mataji. She is
Yes,
very helpful
yes.
for me also.
May I read the conclusion?
Go ahead, Mataji.
The best food is the remnants of what is offered to the Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead. Therefore, to make food antiseptic, eatable, and palatable for all persons, one should offer food to the Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead.
Yes. So the sloka, Ahara Shuddho Sattva Shuddhi, Sattva Shuddho Dhruva Smriti, Smriti Lambe Sarva Grantinam Vipramokshaha. So go ahead, Mataji. By
By
performance of.
performance of yagna, one's eatables become sacrificed, and by eating sacrificed foodstuffs, one very existence becomes purified. By the purification of existence, finer tissues in the memory become sanctified, and when memory is sanctified, one can think of the path of liberation, and all these combined together lead to Krishna consciousness, the great necessity of present day society. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
you.
So this sloka and the purports from Prabhupada and the conclusion clearly gives that one who honor the prasad will purify their anarthas, and finally he will reach the path of liberation, and combined together leads to Krishna consciousness. That is the importance of honoring prasad and serving prasad to as many as possible. That is the importance of we also contributing for various sevas like Annadana Seva and so on. And Prabhupada says about a magic food. Anybody knows what is a magic food?
Food offered to Krishna.
Food offered to Krishna. In that, there is something Prabhupada says as magic food.
Leaf of tulsi.
Leaf of tulsi. Any other try? The cow's milk is known as the magic food, which is known as to be developing the finer tissues of brain. Yeah. So if you want to memorize lot of sloka, improve memory power, the cow's milk will really help, is what it is said. And that is what it is told, that when we go to bed, generally it is recommended to read Krishna book as well as take some hot milk. Yeah. And that is the point. And so far we have learned about the faith in modes, and in faith whom they worship. The person in mode of goodness, they worship demigods. The mode of passion and ignorance, whom they worship. And then we also discussed about food in 3 modes. Now we will go to the next thing, that is sacrifices in different modes. What kind of sacrifices one does in different modes. Okay. So who can read this for me?
May I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
One should go to a temple or church as a matter of duty, offer respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and offer flowers and eatables without any purpose of obtaining material benefit. One should go simply to offer respect to the deity that will place one in the mode of goodness. It is the duty of every civilized man to obey the injunctions of the scriptures and offer respect to the Supreme Personality of.
Yes, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, what should be the mood when we are engaging any sacrifice? It should be as matter of duty. When we are visiting to the temple, when we are doing any sacrifices, it should for the pleasure of the Lord, and it is as matter of duty. Krishna is the Supreme Master, we are his servitors, and it is our duty to do everything for the pleasure of the Lord. So this is what we are going to learn in next few slokas. So Neha Jindal Mataji, can you please read the sloka for us?
अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्यज्ञो विधिदिष्टो न इज्यते यष्टव्यम् एवेति मनः सामध्यासा सात्विकः.
Thank you, Mataji. Sudarshana Prabhu, have you read, got the chance to read? Or you wish to read now?
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Of sacrifices, the sacrifice performed according to the directions of Scripture as a matter of duty by those who desire no reward is of the nature of goodness. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So we offer charity or perform sacrifices with some purpose in mind, for the name, fame, material opulence. Yeah, many does the sacrifices or charity for these purposes. Here we learn that whatever we need to do, if we are doing in the mood of duty, as matter of duty, then such charity is in mode of goodness. In fact, before coming into Krishna consciousness, I have told many times in my past classes as well, the mood with which I used to visit temple was like visiting a shopping complex. I go do some rituals, do offer some puja, and I have big list of demands. And in fact, to an extent, as when I compare it to a supermarket, these days supermarkets also home deliver. So we used to be in a mood that as soon as possible I need all these things. That is, from going out from temple, reaching home, I want all these things to be there. So that used to be the mood. So now we are understanding, learning from scriptures like Sikshastakam. Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavita va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhakti rahitu ki tvai. Yeah. O Lord of universe, I do not desire any material wealth, any followers, beautiful woman, fruitive activities. Yeah, I all want your unalloyed devotional service life after life. So that should be our mood. So what is the sacrifice in the mood? So it is always according to the direction of the scriptures. Sacrifices in the mode of goodness. It is in line to the scriptures, performed only as a matter of duty, and desire no reward or returns from that. That is mode of goodness. So next sloka. Devika Mataji, you want to take up?
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhuji. Abhisandhya tu phalam dambhartam api chayvayata ijjate bharata shrestha tam yajnam vidhi rajasam. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. Shravani Mataji, have you read? You wish to take up?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Translation, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mata.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. But that sacrifice performed for some material end or benefit or performed ostentatiously, ostentatiously out of pride is of the nature of passion for chief of the Bharatas. Thank you,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So ostentatiously is to show off. He is a wealthy person, and we have seen many people doing lot of show off, doing lot of sacrifices, big pujas, call up so many people, yeah, to show off their wealth, pride, arrogance. So these are all, and many in the past, people used to do lot of sacrifices to go to the heavenly planet to enjoy, and it is going on for many ages is what it is told. So all such sacrifices are mode of Rajoguna, passion. So let us take the last sloka for the day and we will wind up. Anybody wish to take up the sloka?
Will I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
विधिहीनम् असृष्टान्नं मन्त्रहीनम् अदक्षिणं श्रद्धा विरहितं यज्ञं तामसं परिचक्षते.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. The enthusiasm with which you took this sloka, what reminds me is, we all have anarthas within. Lust, anger, greed. How we can utilize this in service of the Lord? So it is said that those who exhibit greed in taking up service, they will advance very fast in Krishna consciousness. So you have to grab this opportunity when it is being given. Yeah. So last sloka, who want to grab?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
And that sacrifice performed in defense of scriptural injunctions, in which no spiritual food is disturbed, no hymns are chanted, and no remunerations are made to the priests, and which is faithless, that sacrifice is of the nature of ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So the faith in mode of darkness, ignorance is said as actually is faithlessness. It is not faith at all. Yeah. Sometime as we discuss, people we have seen in the society, lot of people collect money for putting some pandals, doing some rituals. But what they do is they end up doing lot of sense enjoyment in terms of that. So such show off is not going to help anybody, neither the person who has donated for such thing, the person who has executed such rituals, it is not going to help anybody. Yeah. So the mode of ignorance, it is said that is not following the scriptural injunctions, not distributing the spiritual food, no hymns chanted, and no remunerations paid to the priest. This again is very important. we need to give some dhana to the priest. They are depending on that, right? So these are all very important. Any sacrifices without all these things is known as mode of ignorance. So with this, let us stop here. Thank you very much for your patient listening today. So any quick realization, any quick questions we can take, and then we can end up. Next session, we'll try to end this chapter. Hope you all have got your attendance and you all have marked your attendance.
Yes.
Yeah. And Kalpana Mataji, the OBA 2 to be released in the group. So let us give 2 weeks time. And within 2 weeks time, let all finish their OBA. With that, the OBA is done. And then chapter 17, 18, we will go for closed book exam after this. And then a new thing is model 4 with Nectar of Devotion. It is going to start. So looking forward for that as well. Right? So thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhasya cha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrindi ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Guru Parampara ki jai. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have one question, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have one personal question. Shall I ask Prabhuji?